A decision not to make a decision is a decision. What that means is once you've done your sales presentation, we want to get a yes or a no and nothing in between. So no, I want to think it over. No, come back to us in 6 months. No, we'll just need to do one more thing. If any of those happen, those are decisions to postpone the decision. And here's the reality. Over 50% of B2B sales end in no decision. They don't go to your competitor, they don't go to you, they just decide to live with the status quo for a while. And buyers don't want to tell you no because they may choose you later in the future, they're just not ready to go now. The other thing that happens is salespeople, when they're in the close, get really excited about this deal and they over push for the yes, and then it makes it uncomfortable for the buyer to say no. So what we want to do here is we want to relax. We call it a negative reverse, and we want to make it okay for the buyer to say no by saying something like, I'm an adult, I understand, I've heard no plenty of times before. It's okay if you're not ready to make a decision now. I'll go ahead and take you off my list, and we can follow up at another time if it becomes a priority for you. When we allow them to make that decision, we then take the pressure off of the yes, and we take the pressure off of the no, and we can take this deal out of our pipeline so we're not living with this thing over our head for the next few weeks when they've already decided not to move forward.
I think it's really difficult when you've done a lot of work, you've put in a lot of time, you've built trust with a prospect, and you get to this point in the process where you're presenting your solution. I think it's super scary to go for the no, right? Because we like to think that if all those things are true, we will definitely get a sale. And I think it takes courage, it takes bravery to ask that question. I just asked this the other day with a prospect, right? Is it possible that you'll see everything you want to see, but for other reasons, you'll tell me this is not a priority, or you'll tell me that you're going to do nothing? And that's a hard question to ask, even for me as a Sandler trainer, because, a sales manager told me a long time ago, hope is not a strategy. So I think that comes into play with this rule. We're hoping if we do all the things right, they'll tell us what we want to hear and we'll close the sale.
One of the things about Sandler is it allows everybody involved, salespeople, prospects, clients, to preserve their dignity and to be really honest about the conversation they're having. It's always okay to say no on either side. People are working off of the same agenda. It gives mutual respect, and it's an honest way of selling. It's very consultative. We do not, and I never have as a salesperson, wanted to be salesy, wanted to be pushy. It fits very nicely with Randstad's culture that people are the center of everything we do. And so to allow people to preserve their dignity is super important. And I think our sales methodology, Sandler, supports that perfectly.
Discuss this Sandler rule with your sales team and think about how you can apply it in your sales process. And don't forget, you can join us live in Orlando for the Sandler Summit. We're going to be getting our best trainers and our top clients from around the world together. Go to sandler.com/summit for more information.